everybody. Welcome to, let me just adjust my camera. Welcome to Sunday's version of True Trading Group. I'm your host tonight, Jason Spatafora. Sorry, don't mind the shaking, just adjusting the camera. So guys, howdy. Hope everybody is doing well. Happy Sunday. Happy stimulus. We're going to get into a bunch of things. First, I wanted to say thanks for joining me. Mike is a little bit sick tonight, so I'm going to be filling in. I think I'm a lot of fun. I got my festive, holiday shirt on because, guys, it's not Christmas until Hans Gruber gets thrown out of Nakatomi Plaza. Just in case you were wondering if Die Hard was a Christmas movie, it 100% is. So I'm not going to get into that. But first, I wanted to say hello to everybody, and we're going to get started, all right? So if you're just joining the live stream now and this is your first time, if you just found us by mistake, or maybe it was Kismet or Destiny or Density, if you're a Back to the Future fan, welcome. This is True Trading Group. True Trading Group, in case I'm just going to tell you, True Trading Group is one of the fastest growing online portals for education and everything in between as related to, investing in the stock market. Day trading, capital preservation, survival sometimes. We offer just a cornucopia of things for people looking to, get a real high-level understanding of what's going on in the market. My name is Jason Spatafora, also known as The Wolf, and I'm going to be your host tonight, all right? Michael Edward, thought of my accountant. I'm seeing my accountant too much, who's also named Michael. Michael Edward is not in tonight because he's sick, so I'm going to be holding the reins tonight, and we're going to get into a bunch of stuff. Most notably, we're going to get into this week in general, just kind of where we're at in the market. We're going to take general questions and everything like that. I'm guessing we're going to talk about pot stocks a lot since, I am your host, and it's kind of a very strong point for me. All right. But as we start, and as we start in general, as we do these streams, we go with a Q&A. So before we get started, because I'm going to be your host tonight, my expectations are very high. And guys, if you're in True Trading Group, the level of competition. So I'd like a lot of likes, a lot of, I'd like to trigger some algorithms on YouTube. So smash that like button, and then we're going to get right into it. Don't worry, I've got the producers in both ears telling me what to do. I see some of you, Glennie, Lance, Elon Musk's cat. Guys, I don't know if you knew this, but Elon Musk, his cat, trades with us. It's kind of a big deal. So yeah, I'm here for you guys. I'm excited. Guys, stimulus. We got some tonight. Everybody was waiting for it, so here we are. It always feels so weird. Usually it's me and Mike, and, I'll say, I could give him like a pound, because usually he's on that side of me. It's just like empty. I need Adam to get me like a cardboard cutout of Mike. There he is. Oh yeah, we're social distancing. So yeah, it's always strange when it's just one of us. But all right, guys, let's just jump right into it, okay? Because there's no time like the present, and I'm hitting these these things as done by my producer, the minute marks, like that. So let's do this. Ooh. All right, let's start with a weed question. It's just a layup for me, right? Thank you. Thank you, AV Specialist, for asking. Howling Wolf, 2021 outlook for weed. Look, right now, one of the biggest things that people are talking about is this Aphria-Tilray merger, okay? And I made this point today on Twitter, okay? And my point was pretty simple. The merger in Canada, okay, between Aphria and Tilray was not out of, what they're not forming Voltron here, okay? Remember Voltron? Everybody over 30, knows Voltron. They're not forming Voltron here, all right? It's more like, I don't know, the Decepticons or something. They need to survive, right? And in order to survive in Canada, you need to pool your cash together, pool your resources. Those operating expenses are really high. And you've got a market that's still very small in comparison to the United States. So I think what you're going to see in Canada, and I'm starting with Canada first because, you always got to start with the crap side of the investment first. I think you're going to see a lot of survivalist, Hunger Games style mergers. And it's not to dominate, it's just to survive, maybe long enough that some shit changes. So my outlook for Canada is still the same. It remains the same. It's going to be a trade. It'll be a trade up until March, and then you probably can just get short in March. Now, on the U.S. side, it's going to be a lot different. That's because we're actually executing. We've got catalysts that have just a lot of value that the market doesn't know how to price in. So we're going to do really well in the United States, okay? Now, really well from the perspective, our growth is just going to keep going, moving along to 30, 40% a quarter. And, the addressable market just keeps growing. We're seeing that, ballot initiatives are always happening. We're probably, New York State is going to be the next one to go rec. Maybe Texas even goes medical. Maybe Florida goes rec. 2021, I think, is going to be a really big year. But I also think it's going to be a big year for a select number of companies that are positioned in the Northeast. Specifically, I'm talking about New Jersey, right? Why is New Jersey important? Well, New Jersey is important from a cannabis perspective because it's the gateway to the Northeast, and it's the first one to go rec. Now, we've seen what rec marijuana did in California for out there. The numbers just skyrocketed, okay? We've seen Illinois, so we're moving from west to east. Numbers in Illinois, insane. I mean, look at Green Thumb, GTBIF, just putting up insane numbers. Now, New Jersey, I don't think people are properly valuing New Jersey for the sole reason is I don't think that they realize how many people are going to come from New York. They're going to go to Hoboken. They're finally going to have a reason to go to Hoboken or Jersey City, or people coming from Pennsylvania and going into Jersey. Finally, New Jersey is going to be a tourist destination, okay? And I think the numbers are just going to reflect that. And as New Jersey goes, so does the entire Northeast. So my view for 2021 cannabis is super bullish. And that's not even factoring in a bunch of other things that have enormous intrinsic value. And if you want to learn about that, when you come into TTG as either a trial member or a member, you get all that. It's amazing stuff. It's worth every penny. Next question. Oh, another weed question. Can I dump you shouldn't dump your life savings into anything. So why are futures down? Are they down? Let's see. I wouldn't even say that they're really down. I mean, small caps are down. Small caps are down 1.3%. Dow Jones barely anything. S&P, 0.21%, and NASDAQ up 0.14. Guys, at 6 o'clock, people were like, oh, 5:45, everybody's like, futures are gonna rip, stimulus. I put up a video every Sunday right before futures open, and if you see the video that I put up, it always starts at 7 p.m. Why? Because the first hour of futures doesn't mean anything. I mean, really, it does. Futures don't really mean anything in my view until at least 9:30. But if I had to play devil's advocate or play contrarian, I would say that maybe some people had baked in the stimulus. I think there's just going to be opposing views. Is it enough? Is it too much? Is there going to be more? Now you're going to see, oh, okay, well, when's the next stimulus? So, it's kind of, it's sad that, people are going to get a $600 payment when you look at the trillions and trillions of dollars that Wall Street got, which we're all really benefiting from. Let's be honest. It's what it is. Help your neighbors. Thoughts on Clever Leaves. That's Sama, S-A-M-A. I traded it. I'm out. Okay, how about Alex R? What about your favorite LAZR? Any action? Here's the thing. This is actually something good. And I think you guys let's slow down your questions because I want to be able to get them all. LAZR. So I actually initiated a trade on this on Thursday. And I swear, right as I initiated it, the Muddy Waters put out a tweet that they were short. And this thing dropped from 27 down to 22 in after hours. And I said something to people in chat, and then I said something to people afterwards in the Lifetime Lounge. So after the market had closed. One, I was still buying, okay? I was buying this thing all the way down to 22. And I made a point of saying that, look, I've been on the other end of, Citron Research and Muddy Waters tweets. Sometimes I've been short and they put out a tweet, which is great. And sometimes I've been long and they put out a tweet, which sucks, okay? Every time, minus like Luck and Coffee, which I was never in. And I was like, wow, I actually agree with that. The thing has bounced back. And the exact stock that I cited was GRWG, which they put out a short thing at like $22 and it dropped to 15. Now it's 30 something bucks. And the next day, the following day, their whole thing was that Mobileye, was it Mobileye? I think that's the name of the company, was going to build their own LiDAR system for autonomous vehicles, and they didn't need Lumineer. So everybody's like, oh, the valuation's crazy. Citron was tweeting about VLDR. I'm just like, guys, I'm not giving them any of my money. I'm not going to panic either. I've already traded this once for 110%. I've got a lot of insurance. I can wait a day. This thing moving $1 or $2 or even $5 isn't going to break me. I'm not going to give them any money. I understand, like, I got into this company for a specific reason with an extended timeline, okay? That was at like $24 when I said that, okay? And it dropped down to 22. 29 on Friday after hours. Okay. And I took my first profit on that. So, you have to have an understanding of what you're holding. Don't just buy anything blindly. Because let me tell you, if that was a stock I'd not done any type of research on, yeah, I would have probably been out of it pretty quickly. Okay. So I saw a thing about Silver Lake Acquisitions, which is SSPK. They just recently acquired Weed Maps. Okay. Weed Maps, if you smoke weed, are looking for a dispensary, is like a must-have app. Okay. Lets you know where things are, what's available. Maybe they send you push notifications, all this stuff. It's a cash cow. Okay, Weed Maps has been a cash cow for years. Now, a couple years ago, Weed Maps was looking to go public on their own, and I know one of the founders of Weed Maps and some of the people that have financed over the years. And I'm like, well, when are they going to go public? I'd love to put money in. And so we're trying to figure out a valuation. I'm like, yeah, I'd probably put the valuation at like, 300 million. Okay. $300 million. And that was, just kind of based on what they have, the growth, no other factors other than like revenue, no intrinsic value. So yeah, maybe you could say 400, but I thought 300 just kind of like factored all of that stuff in. So now Silver Lake Acquisitions, or SSPK, goes and they acquire it for $1.2 billion. Guys, when one of the people that was one of the lead investors in that, in their, like Weed Maps and Leafly, tells me, just trade it. Like, before anything happened in the morning, he sends me a message like, I know you're going to trade it. Just trade it. He's like, there's no way it's worth $1.2 billion. No way on God's green earth. And I was like, oh, I know. I was like, there's no way this thing's worth that much. It was 13 like that morning, and it shot up to 15. Now, I don't know, it's somewhere like 12. It's not worth it. Okay. It's not worth that. It's the same thing. Like, people ask me about Planet 13, which is, a dispensary in Vegas. I love it. I have nothing but great things to say. I think if you go to Vegas, you should definitely check it out. Their market cap isn't justified. If I couldn't justify MedMen's valuing each of their dispensaries at 165 million, I can't do that with Planet 13 for over $1 billion. That's just stupid. Okay, stupid. All right, let's see if we could get away from some weed questions. What you got? Well, let me go up. I saw some Tesla questions. Sorry. Parched. What do I think about X? Okay, X, US Steel. Well, I thought it was a dick move on a Thursday after we had pulled back and had a really nice cool off. And then we grinded all the way back up and everything was looking promising, closed at like the high of the day, for the company to release a really weird guidance. So their guidance was everything's improving. Supply and demand are like right where we want them. Prices are going up, blah, blah, blah. We think we're going to, we think our earnings per share is going to be like minus 85 cents or something like that. And then it was like consensus was, it was like 45% difference from like estimates and then what this company was putting out. So I thought it was a kind of dick move, but at the end of the day, I think there is going to be some speculation on US Steel. Why? It's the biggest steel maker in the United States. Infrastructure is definitely going to be integral to the boosting of the middle class, which is something that the Democrats always love to do. Well, Democrat, Republican, it doesn't matter. In times of calamity, Great Depression, I don't know, a bunch of other stuff. Infrastructure has always been something that they could lean on. And, actually, I wish I could say that I went back and was like, oh, doing a case study in the Great Depression. But my wife's a civil engineer, and my father-in-law is a partner in a big engineering firm here in Florida. So if you're experiencing traffic, it's probably my father-in-law's fault, as are a bunch of things. But one of the things always said to me was that the reason my wife's a civil engineer is, besides her just being a complete nerd, is that she's like, I'll always have job security because that's where the first money goes to when the economy is in trouble. So yeah, thank you. I'm glad you like my Santa hat. Okay. Tesla to 850 tomorrow. 850, huh? It's kind of aggressive. I don't think that's going to happen. I will say this. Tesla on Friday traded the most money ever out of anything in the market. I think it traded $128 billion. It broke a record set by the SPY. Let me see if I got that number real handy. Let's see. Yeah, it just a Looney Tunes number. Guys, look, I think if Elon Musk could tweet about it being overvalued, he will. Not to say that Tesla will not one day be worth this valuation, but be very careful up here. You're putting, you're really pricing in the future, like years ahead. Okay. The margin for error on something like that is just insane. Okay. Just insane. Anything happens. What if, God forbid, let's say there was a fire in Tesla's factory, or I don't know, Elon Musk falls down some stairs and bangs his head and, takes a nap for a month. Okay. Like that, people are going to panic. And short sellers they're finally going to exact some revenge. So I always think it's safe to just be cautious. I think that you should be taking profit up here anyway. Doesn't mean that you can't re-enter. And the one thing I can tell you about Tesla is that it's always going to give you opportunities to take advantage of that volatility. All right. So where will it run this week? I think Tesla is going to bounce around. I think it's going to bounce around. Look, Mike is short on Tesla. He took $30 a share on Friday in literally a 2-minute span. It was nuts. And it's yo-yoing. I anticipate a little bit more yo-yo. Okay. Bridgetown Holdings, BTWN. Yeah, we actually got into a position at that at $10.94, if my memory serves me. And am I going to get back in? All right. Ooh, Judy. I almost did. I think it was Thursday. I just took my eye off the ball. Mike was talking about the trade, and I was like, all right, if Mike goes back in, I'll go back in, because I've made money from 11 to 1370, and it pulled back to 1250, 1260 area. And I was like, guys, if you're still looking at BTWN and you took profit up here, look, you got insurance. I was like, you can maybe see if it's going to pull back more, or I mean, I'd probably take another stab at it. I like deals that Peter Thiel funds. Guys, sometimes one of the best, honestly, some of the best advice I ever got about investing came to me when I was like 17. I went to my mom's like corporate party, and it was at Giant Stadium because my mom's company at the time had a suite for the Jets and Giants. I don't like either team. I'll just be honest with you. And one of the investors, was like asking me what I was interested in. And as a kid, I'm just like, yeah, I want to be a stockbroker. I didn't know anything. I didn't know shit. It was like, I want to be a stockbroker. Or I want to be a professional lacrosse player. Okay. Anyway, Casey Powell just came in my head. And he said to me, "Oh, talking to me about investments." He goes, "Look, one of the smartest things I ever did was, follow good people and see where they were putting their money. Okay, what they were investing in." He's like, and I've never put a lot of effort into understanding these companies as much as I have in knowing who is making good bets. Okay. Peter Thiel makes good bets. Okay. And, he was an early investor in Facebook, which all of you know. And he was a majority owner of Privateer Holdings. And Privateer Holdings was the biggest shareholder of Tilray when that thing ran up. Compass Pathways, which is a magic mushroom company, CMPS, also. All right, he's got another one coming out, Atai Life Sciences, Laser, so LAZR, which we were talking about earlier, also Peter Thiel deal. Abcelara, okay, which is a company that I really wanted to get into and just ran. You see where I'm going with this. Oh, and Bridgetown. So now you know. All right. So sometimes you got to really follow the money. I saw an IPO question. Let's go to that. Hold on. Do I buy an IPO before it opens? Like, do I stick a bid in there? No. Have I participated in? Thank you. I got such good producers here, guys. Seriously, Shug is on vacation right now. All right, he's in Sedona. I told him, "Don't worry, we got this." And he's doing this with the help of Joe and not Elena. Elena would kill us right now. Yeah, look, I'll do private placements beforehand, and and make. Sometimes I've invested in private companies that have gone public. I've been a seed investor. I've been a late round investor. Like I bought IPO shares in Harvest, Curaleaf, before they ever traded one share. Never Trueleaf. I bought that in the open market, but I am trying to aggressively go after some of these. I am looking at another investment right now. It's a cannabis company, and it's pre-IPO. So there is a way to do it. You have to be an accredited investor, which is, just Google it. It's pretty easy, or go to Investopedia. They'll tell you all about it. And then if you come to TTG, I can give you like the 411 on it. So yeah. What do I think of Airbnb short? Guys, look, this is the best advice I'm going to give you. All right. Maybe all night. All right. Maybe all month or all year. Understand that in 6 months, a bunch of paper, and what I mean by paper is stock, could be hitting the open market for Airbnb. All right. What you need to do is find out how much stock is going to hit the market. Okay. And what I mean by that is right now there's a float. Okay. That float could consist of 30 million shares or 100 million shares. I don't even know what it is. I'm guessing it's like 30 million or something like that. I'm sure one of you guys knows. So when all of those shares get bought up, then the price goes. Remember when Tilray went to $300? That's when you get a float lock. Okay. Remember when Beyond Meat went to $235? Same thing. All right. It comes down. Then all of a sudden it becomes supply and demand. When Tilray was $50 and it still hadn't gone all the way up to 300, I said, look, this thing is going to go to $200. And people said I was crazy. I go, look, I hate Tilray. This thing is going to go to $200. I go, it is going to become the greatest cannabis short of all time. Guess what? Greatest cannabis short of all time. Okay? Greatest short of all time. Beyond Meat, another one. August of 2019. No, was it 2019? Yeah, I think it was, 2019. August 2019. I fire out a tweet. Beyond Meat's going to be under $100 on October 29th. Okay, this is August, guys. In August, it run to $235. Everybody, well, you're crazy, Wolf. Why are you so stupid? Why do I listen to you? Why, you think because you got a blue check, you're smart or something? All right, idiot. You know, guess what? Where it was on October 29th? Take a guess. $85. Okay, why? Because investors like myself, we probably, if we're invested in Beyond Meat, we probably invested in it at $20. Maybe we got in earlier. Maybe we invested in it at $1 when it was a seed company, or $50, whatever it was. No, it was actually under $20. I think the IPO was like $20 or something like that. So if we're up 1,000%, 500%, 300%, what do you think we're going to stay along for and be like, oh, I really love this company? No, we are going to take money off the table, and we're going to take it as fast and as aggressively as possible. And now short sellers know this. So what do you think that they're doing the month prior to this? You want to see short data go crazy, and like get a feel for, if you're like, man, why is the shorts just piling into this? It's probably because there's a lot of paper coming out. All right. One of the best investors I know, he ran Canaccord for like 20 years, taught me this about trading around financings. And I've done it for pot stocks, and I've done it for, big board stocks as well. So I hope that was that information good? Was that good? Hit that like button if you really like that piece of information I just gave you, or I'll do one better. If you think that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, hit that like button. If you think Hans Gruber should get thrown out of Nakatomi Plaza for it to be Christmas, maybe subscribe. I can't see what the numbers are like. Mike can see that. I do see we have 1,124 people here. So welcome. I'm happy to be here. TSNP. I've never heard of TSNP, but it just caught my eye. So let's just take a quick look. TSNP. Oh, come on. You're talking about something. Yes. When something trades 83 million shares and is 11 cents, yeah, just stay away from it. Please. Please don't do it. Guys, this is what I want you to understand. Pennies, look, I cannot say anything bad about penny stocks. Why? Guys, I made my first $1 million trading penny stocks. And let me tell you something. I didn't know what I was doing. I wish I could put like a beep or a dolphin noise when I did. I didn't know what the F I was doing. Crazy time. Okay. And I've also been in penny stocks where like I should have taken profit and was up a ton of money and watch it all go away. Take advantage of that. Your whole thing is like, think of penny stocks as like, I don't really want you in penny stocks, okay? Understand this, all right? Whether it's a 50-cent stock or a $50 stock, price and the amount you can buy, like the amount of shares, is completely irrelevant. The only thing that matters is ROI, your return on investment. I can buy a pot stock, I can buy Green Thumb investments for, why do I say investments? You could buy Green Thumb for $23, right? A share. And you're like, oh man, that's expensive. I'm going to buy Ianthus for 6 cents or Liberty Health Sciences for 40 cents. Yeah, maybe it goes to 50 cents. But maybe it goes to $1, but at any time that thing could go right back down to 40 cents. You get absolutely killed, right? Like I look at it like this. If I had to put $100,000 into a company like Green Thumb or a company like Liberty Health Sciences, which one would I do? Well, I'd put it in Green Thumb every single day without fail. Why? There's a lot less chance of me getting burned on something like Green Thumb, than something like Liberty Health Sciences. And that's what you guys need to understand. You guys do not shop price. I see it all every day. People shop price for options, people shop price for stocks, and you're buying, like options are cheap because they're, like there's a lot more risk, and penny stocks are penny stocks because they're shit most of the time. So, that's what you have to realize. That is sage advice because I've started where all of you have started. Guys, if you don't know who I am, you know who I am. I always say this, guys. I started literally like all of you start. Some of you guys started in a much better position. I mean, look, you guys are already in a much better position than I was in my first 6 months of trading because I never even looked at YouTube videos. Actually, I did. When I first found my first YouTube stock trading, I looked at a video on level 2, like 3 or 4 months in. I was like, wait a second. That I can get the trades in real time. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, this is such an advantage. I'm going to be the best trader ever. Because I was like buying and holding, and I had a whole strategy like, what's the world going to need in 10 years? And it served me. Okay. But, I started with $1,500. I didn't start with penny stocks. I just kind of found them because all of a sudden I was like, are pot stocks a thing? And, the rest, as they say, is history. So, yeah. So what other questions do you have? I saw a question. Bullish or bearish on Palantir? They just got downgraded. I think. Did they get down? Yeah, I think they got downgraded. Guys, we traded Palantir. I alerted the trade at $10. It was IPO day. Palantir, again, another Peter Thiel joint. Man, you guys seeing a pattern here? Okay. Palantir, when it went 100%, I actually sold it for 98%. And then it went another 110%. I was really pissed about it. I mean, look, I'm a little bit biased now. If I'm in the teens, like if I invested in a teens, am I holding it? I definitely hold a core and trade a core with that one. It did do a direct listing, so that 6 month like share dump might not happen. Maybe stuff comes out. Look, you should always have an understanding of share unlocks, especially for new companies. Look, I think it's something maybe you want to have in your portfolio. It certainly could become a very big company, you know. Afria. Guys, I don't like Afria. I really don't. You know, I'd say they're the best company in Canada, but that's like me having a stomach bug and being like, well, you know, my shit looks a little bit better. And I'm sorry to be so crass, but you know, you're talking about it's like you know, it's like, oh, look, it's a nice 2-story house. And then the house next to it's like, oh, they sell meth, they sell crack. I think that homeless guy is dead. You know, it's like it's a shitty neighborhood. So yeah, my thoughts on psychedelics, guys. Look, I think I actually did. I was quoted in U.S. News and World Report a couple months ago, asking me specifically about psychedelics, and this is before the run. I think one of the first people on Twitter talking about investing in psychedelics. This is like 2019, early 2019. You know, look, there's definitely actual data to support a lot of what some of these companies are claiming to look for. Compass Pathways is a psychedelic company, but I want you to understand they're not psychedelics in the sense like cannabis companies where they're going to try and grow mushrooms and, you know, sell them in a dispensary. I can tell you that that is never going to be viable, especially living here in Florida. All you have to do is have a garbage bag, go out to Central Florida to like Ocala or, you know, some farm in Orlando where there's a lot of cows and just pick mushrooms, and you could come with like a garbage bag of like psychedelics. So, you know, now are there going to be bad actors in the space? 1,000,000% there are. Have I seen a lot of bad actors? You have no idea. Are there going to be companies that that survive, that become like the Canopies, or, well, you know, when Canopy was Canopy, or the True Leaves or the Cure Leaves, whatever? Yes. Okay. Compass is one of those right now. You've got Atai Life Sciences, Mind Medicine, which actually has a higher market cap than Compass. It's a Bruce Linton company. I spent some time before this pandemic with Bruce Linton. In Vegas, we were playing blackjack together for a while. We had a really nice discussion. The guy's all over it, trust me. I've made some investments in the space as a founder and done very, very well. But yeah, you know, at the same time, listen to what I say about shopping price, okay? A lot of these companies take advantage of the momentum. That's how I made all of my money in pot stocks early on. In 2014, when Colorado went legal, I was jumping from one cannabis company to the next. I did not care, okay? Do not marry these stocks, date them, okay? As soon as you put a ring on it, you're fucked. All right? I could say that on YouTube, right? So how was that? Oh, don't bring up INQD. Come on. Get out of here with that junk. That company's heard. Leslie Bosker, he has no interest in turning that thing around. That guy just wants to be a face. And I know Leslie. So please. Please. Date him and dump him. Wild child. Man, it's mean. I don't want, you know, like I'll send them flowers. I'd still want to be friends with them. Okay. I look at it like that. I don't, you know, it's not like I want to date. I want to have a cup of coffee. Maybe I buy you dinner, you buy me dinner. Maybe we play a little game, see how it feels, but that's about it. All right. So guys, smash that like button. Smash that like button if you think that you should just date the stocks and not marry them. Smash it. Smash it. Smash it, and I'll tell you what I think of Juicy. I have an iced tea here from Publix. I'm not supposed to say. I gotta take a sip. Have I looked at Juicy? Of course I have. So I needed something sweet. That water just wasn't doing it for me. I have looked at Juicy. And I went to somebody that's a lot more knowledgeable on the company than me. And he was like, yeah, I sold it. And he's got a fund. And I was just like, all right, I guess I'm not getting into it. Could it go higher? Yeah, it could. Is it one of the companies that I want to focus on? No, it's not. Do I think with the stimulus we can get a push on X? Look, X is going to be a good stock no matter what. Okay. 2018, March of 2008, $5. And then in the summer, July 2018, it was 37. So it pulled back some. And it pulled back aggressively after we did the steel tariffs on our allies. Did not work. Yeah, air does have very low volume. Trust me, I noticed that. Trying to get a big position in it was just not happening. What will the SPY do tomorrow? I can promise you that the SPY tomorrow will go up. It will go down. It will go sideways. And it will influence other stocks. 1.2 billion on Coke. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, I have a lot of U.S. steel calls right now. In fact, I'll show you. Let's show you what I'm holding because I sent this. So one of my friends asked me, they're like, "Are you still in U.S. steel?" I said, "Yeah." You're here. These are my averages. All right, so that's what I'm holding. See, it says today 5:15. That's what I took. I took that picture for him. So yeah, but I am not in calls anything in December. Nothing in December. You've got to give yourself time on U.S. Steel calls, Apple calls, Roku calls, whatever. Either that. If you intend to hold overnight, you've got to give yourself time because you never know what kind of headline. I mean, look, Thursday we got headline risk. Okay. And I had a bunch of the $19 January 22nd. I had a bunch of the $17.50 January 8th, and a bunch of the 18 January 15th. And on Wednesday, I was buying them in the morning. By the end of the day, I was selling all those positions. And then all of a sudden Thursday comes. So I was like, oh, I still kept some. And then everything looked great. And then boom, we got hit with guidance that sucked. And the thing dropped. And then all of a sudden, it looked like it was going to rebound. And then the SPY was, acting up. So it was a shit show. If our options were expiring on Friday, which was this Friday, or even this week, because this is going to be a short week, we would have been absolutely destroyed. But because we've got time, we can play a little jazz. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. Smash that like button if you miss Mike. Okay? I shouldn't say that because I know you guys like me. Smash that like button if you want to see Mike in chat maybe sometime this week. Smash that like button to send Mike some good vibes. There you go. Smash it. Smash it. Subscribe if you want to see Mike's face. Or maybe you want to see my face again. Okay. Merry Christmas. How can I avoid getting stuck in a halt going down? Easy. Don't trade stocks that get halted. So, that's a small cap question, right? Mike talks about halts happening all the time. Sometimes you'll start to see the market makers just pile into an area. You got to look at it. I look at it like this. So, guys, I don't trade small caps. I've followed along with Mike on one small cap where I really followed along this entire year. Now, if you've been in TTG the last 2 weeks with small caps, Mike has been absolutely destroying them, destroying them so much when I'm like, should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? And I'm always like, it's like playing roulette and seeing black just come up 10 times in a row. And you're like, I want to bet red. I want to bet red. And then you're like, it's like black 23. And you're like, what is going on? That's what small caps have been like, or watching Mike trade them. But at the same time, some people I'll give you my philosophy on small caps and why I don't trade them. Okay. Mike and I are completely different traders. Mike is very technical. I like the psychological and the mental trade. And sticking to, understanding a basket of stocks and just, beating them like dead horses for as long as, they can be beat. I do that with pot stocks. I do it with US Steel. I do it with a bunch of other stocks at times. Where Mike scanner goes off, you can see something and just go to work. You've got to get to that point. This is where education and actually seeing it in practice is really important for new traders and then also traders that are just trying to develop into more diversified traders, right? I started out just long-term investing. Then I started to focusing on niche markets. Then somewhere along the way I started focusing on options. Point is, a lot of what I see with small cap traders is when people get stuck in a halt, most of the time they've had opportunities to take profit and haven't. And then that's why it's always painful. I don't trade small caps because I'm a minimalist at heart. I like to execute my trades on my phone, believe it or not. It's true. Everybody, in TTG can tell you. TTG people, can you tell them? This is my trading rig, right? It's got this on it. It's good for not getting carpal tunnel. It's an iPhone 11. I just upgraded. I mean, I haven't gotten the 12, but I do my trades on my phone. I'm not using Lightspeed. I'm not doing this, but I look at it like this. If I was trading the small cap and my phone went dead, would I be okay holding that position? If I was driving, let's say to a Gator game that I don't want to go to, 5 hours away, and my wife's driving because I don't trade and drive, would I be okay holding that stock? And the answer is no. I would not be good holding that stock. Therefore, I won't trade it. Okay. Now, that's not to say that you guys can't trade it, but I'm just not trading it. All right. I've got no interest in getting stuck in something. I also don't have, my trading's just different, So it's not for everybody. That's for damn sure, Russell. But the people that are, get really good at it, that's all they do. They don't need to understand EBITDA margins or, share count or anything. They just understand candles, and Fibonacci's and prior highs and VWAPs and all that stuff. You know, I just understand like, hey, maybe I got lucky on this. Like that one trade I did, it was ABIO. I absolutely killed it. And I think I actually made more money on it than Mike did. And he was like, Jesus. And I was like, I'm never trading small caps again. And he's, why? Because I know I'm just going to spend the rest of the time giving all this money back. Like I got lucky. I'm just going to, take my ball and go home. So, so that's what I did. That makes sense? All right. So, wow. Wow. Sorry, guys. I think we're pretty much done with the Q&A, but we talked about a lot of things right now. I think like especially for those people that are new and don't know me, I think what you've gleaned so far, or what I hope you gleaned, is that trading, investing, one, it should be done at your own pace. Okay. Nobody comes out of the trading womb, like Gordon Gekko, 2 phones, executing orders, and just like, I'm going to short this stock, I'm going to crush this one, get me a piece of that IPO. Nobody comes out like that. I'm sure as shit didn't. I'll tell you how wet behind the ears I was. Like, guys, I made a lot of money and early, and I got very, very lucky. Look, work went into it, no doubt. There was a lot of, I'd say it was like 50% timing, 40% luck, 10% skill. Okay. So, well, maybe not that much, but you guys get the point. And Canopy, whose tweet at the time was like, we want you to participate in our private placement. 75 cents a share Canadian. And now they haven't even traded, And I was like, what's a private placement? And I was like, that's okay. I'll trade it in the open market. So you see, I didn't know anything. All right. Now, what I have done is, I started with $1,500, which I told you, and incrementally I added, as I got a little bit more comfortable, put in about 10 grand over, in 2013. And, I've been living off of that 10 grand ever since. Okay. I did have a job like most of you. I chased storms, which people don't believe me till I show them pictures, or, a horse thrown through somebody's living room. True story. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Guys, besides my Santa hat, you're pretty much looking at my business attire. Unless I have to go on, guys, if you're going to say you're high, it's you are, not Y-O-U-R. Like, you're high. No, you are high. Come on. I'm not high. But my point is, guys, nothing happens overnight, and it didn't take it. It took I always say this to people that I do one-on-ones with and mentor. I have lost so much money doing stupid shit. Okay. I've already paid the toll, don't make the mistakes I made. I've already spent enough money making mistakes so you don't have to. Okay. Guys, I've lost $1 million in options trading, easily $1 million. So you don't have to. Now, am I up on options? Yes, but you get my point. It didn't have to be this way. All right. I could have lost maybe, 100,000, but, doing stupid shit. And it's stupid shit that we all do. All right. And I'm a realist, and I'm self-aware, and I understand, like, sometimes I'm a cowboy. I understand the way you guys have maybe yet to understand that you need guardrails for yourself. We're all going to experience that Icarus moment, okay? That Icarus moment in trading. If you don't know who Icarus is, please go back to high school and learn about the Greeks and the gods and stuff like that. Just kidding. But Icarus flew too high to the sun. He had wings, and they were held together by wax. And they were like, "Don't fly too high, close to the sun, Icarus. Your wings will burn, and you'll crash down." And that's exactly what happened. All right. That's trading in general. The biggest threat to your account is always going to be you. All right. It's always going to be me. It's always going to be the person next to you. It's going to be every single one of you. It's going to be you, Lance Alvarez. It's going to be you, Abdel, Casey, Mateo, Curtis, Darren Harper. You're the biggest threats to your account. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Go. Look. Oh, who's there? Oh, it's you being a trading dickhead to your account. All right. It's not going to be a headline. It's not going to be the Republicans. It's not going to be the Democrats. It's always going to be you. But what you don't realize, maybe you haven't realized, maybe you're on the cusp of realizing, it's that usually it's just a lot of tiny, tiny adjustments that make all the difference, And that's what we do. That's what we do in TTG. Like I said, like I've made the mistakes. Mike's made the mistakes. Our own traders, the people, the members in TTG have made the mistakes, so you don't have to. And that's what it is. It's a community. It's a family. We're like those big family picnics where everybody wears like the same color shirt, or it's like, oh, you got like this group. Oh, it's our cousins from the Northeast, and they're wearing like their green like shirt, blah blah. You get it. And it's the sharing of information, the sharing of experience is something that you can't get on your own. All right. So, for those of you interested in getting a taste of what we offer, we do have a 7-day trial program. All right. That way you can come in and get a feel for a true trading group, but also see trading in action. Okay. Some of you have probably never even traded a day in your life. Maybe you just came on. You're like, oh, maybe your question was, where did you get that Nakatomi Plaza shirt? All right. Yeah, I could tell you in TTG, but what I want you to understand is with this trial, you get a lot. One, you get to hear me on a daily basis trading pot stocks, options, swing trades. All right. You also get Mike. No pot stock. I got him into some pot stocks. Okay. He's joined the dark side. You got him destroying small caps, shorting stocks, longing stocks, everything in between. Toner, Jay Downey, Jason Simmons breaking down charts. You get all of this stuff. All right. So you get 3 days of access in the chat room. Okay. It's important to know. So the real time trade alerts. You get to ask us questions, all the moderators' questions. Sorry, I just got a tickle in my throat. So you get all of these things, and we also give you some courses. Okay, courses that were specifically designed for trial members. Okay, now you get 3 courses. All right, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All right, you get 3 days of trading, 3 courses. some stuff that's actually, a lot of time it's stuff that Mike designed based off of his education when, while he was at a hedge fund. Okay. Before he traded $1, he had to go through all this coursework. If you don't know, usually Mike tells that story. He tells it much better. But basically they're like, yo, if we've hired you, now you've got to do all this homework and go through like this like boot camp, and we give you some of that. And it is a very, very, very tiny portion of what you get in TTG when you become a full member. Okay. It's a one-time payment. It's $3. Okay. It's $3. We have to charge you something. Why? Because we don't want a bunch of people that just, come in, they look, and then they're like, I'm out of here. We want you to be there because you want to be there. It's like anything. And $3, if you're not willing to spend $3 to maybe see if you want to invest in yourself and get to the point where, you can do this on your own, do this passively, do this forever, then it's not for you. All right. But all of what we like, this small portion is, when you compare it to everything you get, it's like, say I give you this huge there's this huge feast. All right. And I'm like, here you go. Here's one rib. All right. Okay. That rib is still delicious. And maybe, it's all you need for the day. But wouldn't you rather have the feast? I mean, I like it. I like a feast during the pandemic, as you can see. Guys, I was a lot lighter. Okay. So yeah, guys. So TTG3, guys, I'm telling you, it's 1,000,000% worth it. All right. That you got the Wolf's personal guarantee. All right. Cool. Guys, yeah. And for the TTG3 members that are in here, or people that started off in TTG, give a AO, or, just say if it was worth it. If it was the best $3 you spent, and I'm not counting maybe buying $3 worth of Cadbury eggs, because we all know that Cadbury cream eggs are the best $3 you can spend, besides True Trading Group. Okay, I got a bit of a sweet tooth. So yeah, cool. All right. Let me switch gears. All right. Let's take a look at futures. So yeah, guys, that link is right there for TTG3. I want you to sign up. Guys, there really isn't going to be a lot of you, if you're teachers, or, you don't have school, or, some of you are on break. Some of your kids are on break, or, maybe it's a slow work week. There's no better time than to do this right here. All right. So, market outlook. Let's take a look at futures. What are futures doing? Guys, futures are pretty flat. All right. Oof. If you look at the VIX is 2.37% green. All right. 250 is the area that I would watch on the VIX. All right. 250. All right. 250. So let's see. Okay. Underwhelming stimulus package. Yeah, look, they always said, that here's the thing. The pundits are going to talk about it tomorrow. Okay, this is what the expectation is. This could just be a bear trap. Also, because you have to factor in, this is pretty much one of the slowest weeks in the market. throughout the course of the year. And the fact that we've got Christmas on a Friday, it's going to draw that out. People, people just want to take a break, right? And then we go right into, so the next 2 weeks are going to be so boring in the market, That's why I tell people, don't buy options during these weeks. Just get them for January. Give yourself time. Anything could happen. Anything, I tell you. Guys, look, the market on Friday is like didn't we hit all-time highs on everything? Everything. The Brits are locking down again, okay? Like a tier 4 lockdown. New York closed. California is pretty much locked down. The market doesn't really care. The market just wants to go up. This stimulus news is, you can't really poo-poo it. It's something. It's not nothing. Now, I'd much rather some stimulus than no stimulus. So we do have to. I think the market takes the glasses half full viewpoint on what's going on versus, just kind of being pessimistic. The Democrats already said that they're going to, once Biden's in office, they're going to try and pass a much bigger stimulus package. We'll see if it's possible. It's going to be very dependent on what happens in Georgia. But I think that at the end of the day, Republican, Democrat doesn't matter. Realize something has to be done. Right? We've already bailed out Wall Street. It's time to bail out Main Street. And either way, that's fine. Okay. And we should look at it as such because that money just flows right back to Wall Street in the form of consumption, production, and I don't know. I couldn't think of anything that ended in TION. Not until the vote and Trump signing. I don't know what that means. If the Dems take Georgia, do I think the market will crash? No, the market won't crash. Just like the market didn't crash when Biden won the presidency. Look, the market just wants continuity of, hey, we know what's going on. It's like Republicans in power, Democrats in power. Guys, it does not, I wish I could just pull up a chart. I wish I had it handy to show you what the last 100 years in different presidencies and, have looked like on the stock market. Guys, it's all a 45-degree lineup with just little blips, all right? We are but little blips. You cannot bet against the U.S. economy. It just doesn't work like that, okay? Will my airline stock rocket tomorrow? Why would they rocket? Even the airlines don't think they're gonna rocket. Okay, for some of you guys, there are airline trades. Look, I think that people should definitely be watching the airlines, but what you want to be watching is for you want to be understanding the balance sheets. Don't just buy American Airlines because it's the most liquid. It's the most liquid because it's a trader stock. It's not a value investing stock. I was putting people into Alaska Air, Spirit Air, which I hate to fly, JetBlue, Southwest, over the summer with profit. Okay. Now, I think that that's a good idea to take profit, especially from like options trade. My rule of thumb is I take 50% of profit from option trades and I put it into distressed companies that I view are either 50% off of their 52-week high, or I think are going to survive in the next 5 years. Okay. So that's one way of doing it. Now, I've done this with airline stocks, energy, banks, Budweiser, which is my favorite, from Budweiser to Boeing to Bank of America, triple B. All right. As I just called it. I just made that up right now, the triple B, but all three of those stocks. All right. I did this in the summer. I even talked about it here on the streams in September. And then once we got that vaccine news, I outperformed the NASDAQ, for example, by 60% from September to November. 60%. 60%. So yeah, stock market outlook for this week. Thank you, Adam, for bringing me in. Guys, I think it's going to be pretty sideways for most of the week. I don't think you're going to see anything too dramatic. Why? Because there's really no sense of urgency to make big bets. So I think that if something is holding an upwards trajectory, then you're going to see a lot of grinding. Okay. There hasn't really been much tax loss selling. And we could get, we haven't really seen much of a Santa rally either. Maybe it's this week that Santa comes to town. All right. Guys, get the milk and cookies out. It might be time. We don't know. Like right now, futures aren't giving us any indication of anything. It's more of the same. Because futures for me, like 9:30 is really when it'll start to matter. And if US tech is up 0.25%, that's good for the market. Because tech is going to pull the S&P, and the S&P will pull everything else. And the Dow just went green. So maybe I should just keep talking about Santa Claus. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to put my Santa hat back on. Wolfie Claus is back. So that's where I'm at. I haven't seen anything that would tell me, oh, the market's going to tank. Look, do you really think that nobody wants to put out bad news before Christmas? All right. Now we have to dig into the stimulus. I haven't had a time to read it. What I want to make sure is that they're extending the moratorium on rent and mortgages. Okay. I think it would be so bad. I mean, not just for the people that have to go through it, but I think it's also bad for Wall Street if people really start to lose their homes. Okay. It just sucks. It's just terribly sad. I don't want to see it. If you can, I say help as many people as possible. Donate to food banks. That's what I'm going to say. Do that for Christmas. I tell you, you will feel so good about it. And a lot of people really need a lot of help out there. So give what you can. Pay it forward. All right. So we have to dig into the stimulus package. It's $900 million. You're talking about a check, a one-time check for $600. I think it's gross. But respectfully disagree on Georgia. Markets counted on divided government. Markets will crash. Okay. Well, you're, free to have your opinion. I don't think markets will crash. You know what? Let's discuss. I'm going to tell you why markets are going to crash. Okay, guys. Now, I don't want that SAC 1334. Okay. SAC 1334. Respect your opinion, as I respect all of my YouTube watchers right now opinion. And this is why the market isn't going to crash? Well, first we have to define what is a crash. Okay, so what is a crash? 10%, 20%, flash crash like we saw with Brexit a couple years ago. This is why markets won't crash. There's literally too much money in the system. Okay, if markets were going to crash, it's not going to be because the Democrats win Georgia. Why? They're not counting on divided government. It's a game theory matrix. One sector's loss is going to be another one's gain. Yes, they go after corporate tax cuts. Who cares? Okay, who cares? 10%? Do the corporations really need the tax cuts? Okay, are they going to be able to implement it this year without other stuff going on? Did the Fed already buy 2.2 trillion in bad bets from Wall Street? Of course. Are the Dems going to put together, if they get a massive stimulus, like 2 trillion? So there's going to be give and take. And that's why I don't think that the market crashes. All right. There's going to be a give and take. So, that's what you have to understand. So, yeah. Yes, I saw the stupid news. I hear it's a rumor. Joseph. What do I think of GM? I own a GM truck. Yeah, markets will take the stimulus and run with it. That's true. That's true, Boax. People do think a 10-cent red is a sell-off. So yeah, SAC. I don't think so. I'm not nearly as pessimistic. Trust me, I would love to be bearish, and I tried to be bearish. When the market was ripping, but as soon as Powell, did 2.2 trillion in junk bonds, I was like, you can't fight this machine. And right now, there's literally trillions and trillions in the system that are just bringing up, every major banker, or like analyst from like Goldman Sachs to JP Morgan has already, run down this scenario. And I haven't seen a scenario where the market takes a shit because the Democrats won 2 seats. Also, you can't discount that Biden won't give some Republican senators a cabinet position. All right. So yeah, guys, there's a link for TTG3. So TTG3 is the 3-day access. So 3-day access in chat, 3 courses. You get the Benzinga squawk. It's basically awesome. I wish it didn't squawk. I wish it howled. But basically, when there's breaking news, you just get it. You literally are getting material news feed in real time. What trading app does Wolf use on his iPhone 11? I use E-Trade. I use E-Trade on my iPhone 11. I also have Schwab. I also have Interactive Brokers. And then I have 2 boutique firms that I use for investments. So, yeah. So yeah. So let me see. Ooh, Blake. Wolf, do you think an extended multi-year bear market is possible at some point in the next 10 years? Look, I think I think you're going to see faction or, yeah, sections of sectors, okay, experiencing a long bear market, okay, for sure. Now, I don't think that, this is going to spell disaster for all companies. Look, I think 2023 is going to be a rough year. Okay. Could anything happen before that? Yeah, of course. Right now, like my projections and what I'm doing with my longer term investments is based off of a 2023 interest rate increase timeline. Now, if we throw a war in there or multiple cataclysmic disasters, then that thinking will certainly change. If, let's say, the worst case scenario for me beyond war and interest rates would be if the US dollar wasn't the reserve currency of the world, then we would be in trouble. Then, yes, then could experience a 10-year bear market. Okay. I think that's what would have to do it. All right. So if, let's say, oil was not traded in dollars anymore, it was traded in yen, or Deutschmarks, or I don't know, rupees. Rupees is India. I don't think that's, or baht, which is Thai, Thai money. Australian money is cool. You can't rip it. It's plastic. But yeah, that, like, those things happening would be, that's when it's like buy gold or something like that, or just leave the country. You don't want that to happen, but I don't see anything happening like that. So I think we're good. Guys, we're grinding up. S&P 500 barely green. VIX is dropping. VIX is dropping, baby. VIX is dropping like John McClane dropped Hans Gruber at a Nakatomi Plaza in the 1988 Christmas party at Nakatomi of the same name. So yeah. So let me check my little thing here. Sorry, I'm just reading some stuff. All right. So, all right, guys. Sorry, I'm just catching up on I'm reading some of your questions. Boom. All right. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, guys. 10 o'clock on a Sunday. Damn, that is way too much iced tea. Publix makes the best iced tea, by the way. And Chipotle, if you get the sweet and low. Right. All right, guys. You know what time it is? If you watch Bubble Guppies like I do, it's time for lunch. No, it's 10 o'clock. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a roll call. How many people in here are not members of True Trading Group? TTG for short. TTG going forward. If you're not a member in TTG, type in TTG right now. Type TTG in chat right now if you are not a member. See, we got a little thing. Oh, no, sorry. Right there. Not a member? Type in TTG. It's always my favorite part. Wow. RV Thomas, Jeff Bowen, Tony Williams. Sounds like a baseball player. Sounds like a quarterback. Mark Cineros coming from Periscope. George Padori. Parwez Pasha. Ray Rodriguez. Cooey88. I thought that was Coolio for a second. Gustavo Melendez. Love that name. Kevin Casgrain. Ooh, sounds so regal. Jose Evarista Zapata. ¿Cómo estás, mi amigo? I speak fluent Spanish, guys. I don't know if you knew that. John Gallardi, Ron Ford, John C., Michael Martinez, Lucas Jelly. Guys, so there's a lot of people, okay? A lot of people. Well, do I got something for you? So, TTG members, all right? The True Trading Group members, okay? Now, you've seen a bunch of them on here. They've been commenting all night. This is what you get, all right? Besides me and my colorful personality and everything else, it's so much. It's so very much that I'm going to have to go through it all just for you, all right? So we take the top premium trading tools, all right, and products and bundle them together. What does that mean? Think of, remember when I was telling that story? Like, I didn't know what level 2 was, or real-time trades or a thing? Yeah. Well, we got stuff like that. We've got the Benzinga Squawk, real-time news. We've got coursework and material. Guys, we give you tests, give you badges when you complete sections, all right? Basically everything that you could have possibly gotten when you worked at a hedge fund. You want to play hedge fund in real life? Well, you got to go through the TTG course, all of which you get, okay? You have trade ideas in real time to preset scanners directly to you guys, all right? So we've got the scanners, we've got the watch lists in the morning. We've got Jason Simmons, who he's not on here because he gets up so early, going through, like all of you, some of you guys are throwing out tickers. He is going from 7:30 to 9:15, just breaking down whatever ticker you're giving him, showing you trends within them. All right. All right. This is part of what you get within the community. And obviously you get the community. You get a 1,000 set of eyeballs understanding and, and seeing the market as a whole. And, it's like, it's an army. That's what TTG is. It's an army. All right. So what you get. So a minimum of 10 easy to follow actionable real-time trade alerts per week from community that has a 78% win rate. Okay. So for the moderators, we're the four of us that are throwing out trades have collectively 78% win rate. Okay. Which is really good. My win rate's pretty good. Guys, if you're on here, please drop my win rate. So, but this is also something I want. I'm gonna break away from the thing and just kind of explain this. The trade alerts are amazing, right? Mike's crushing it. We've got completely different styles of trading. Okay. But at the end of the day, we want you guys to not just take alerts, but to give us alerts. Okay. And guys, some of you, 6 months ago are now giving us, are identifying things and bringing them to our attention, which is absolutely amazing. And that's where we want you to get. Okay. That's where we want you to get. So, if it would the real-time trades is great, okay, but I don't want you to just take trades. I think, and my personal view is, stopping you from doing something stupid is going to be worth more than anything else you get in TTG. Okay, but let's continue. But our trades are fucking dope. Let me just say that, guys. Are the trades dope? Guys, if you're interested in pot stocks, you don't have to take, you just I'll do all the work. Don't worry. I got this. All right. So, 15 professional courses designed by award-winning hedge fund trader Michael Edward. Okay. Went over that. It's 15 courses with tests. And Jason Simmons will give you homework if you're just a masochist and you really want to learn. Also, 90 hours of recorded workshops, webinars, and live events. Guys, we put on live events a couple times a quarter. We do Trader Palooza. I've done pot stock webinars. I've done options webinars. Chris Turner has done advanced option strategies. How to set up your charts. Guys, we all this course, like 90 plus, there's probably more than 90 hours, and that's not, guys, that's not even counting the YouTube videos that we do on here for free. Again, this is a small percentage of what you get. This is like nothing. This is me and you talking shit. Yeah, I'm going to give you stuff because I'm a good guy and I'm not going to we're not hoarders, but we know the product that we put out is amazing. And you're not going to really be able to experience that until you come in and try it. Anyway. So again, access to a daily chat room, private message me, Mike, Chris Toner, Jay Downey, Jason Simmons. You could, you're going to get into a trade. You're like, Wolf, is this a good idea? And I'm like, all right, I like your idea, but what I want you to do is add 2 weeks to the expiration date on this option, or you can wait and you can do this. Guys, trust me, I've kept a lot of the people on the screen here from doing a lot of stupid things. That's important. Trust me, if I could stop you from making a $10,000 mistake, take advantage of it. Okay. So you guys have a pretty good idea of all that so far. I don't think I've missed anything. We'll see. But I am wearing a Santa hat, aren't I? So there's a holiday sale. Of course there's a holiday sale. Okay? Holiday sale for everything that we've just been talking about. Okay? Santa Wolf is coming to town, baby. Holiday sale. $11.98 right now. Usually $2,048. You get everything I just said. Okay? Use that coupon code TTG 1220 and access everything. True Trading Group /offer. Guys, what you also need to understand is this is a 24-hour event. Okay? The clock starts now. We'll let it run till midnight tomorrow. All right, so maybe it's not 20, it's 26 hours technically. But guys, I wasn't a math major, so you're gonna have to deal with it. We have one membership. It's yearly. Normally it's $2,048. Now it's $11.98. 41% till midnight today when you use code TTG1220. I'm gonna say TTG1220. Midnight today, midnight tomorrow. Okay, because I said it. Lock in the price. All right. Every few hours, it's going to go up. It's going to keep going up. Why? Because, guys, we are going to have much more stuff. And, guys, I haven't even told you about some of the cool shit that we do. All right. I'll get to the cool shit. But, guys, look, this is what you're getting. All right. All right, I'm going to break it down for you because I actually have this stuff written down. So the True Trading Group membership, normally $2,048, $11.98. And what we offer, if you bought what we offer on its own, okay, so the Benzinga Pro Newsfeed and Squawk, that's a little thing that tells you, hey, breaking news as a stimulus. Hey, this person, fell off a cliff and died on impact. The Squawk, that's $1,188 a year. Okay, so basically that's a TTG membership just for the squawk. All right, real-time streaming level 1 and level 2, $9.90 a year. Trust me, I pay a lot for that. Stock simulator, which I didn't really get into, so I'll make a point to say, guys, if you're not comfortable trading money right now, real money, we actually have a simulator where it's real time and it's like you're in the stock market. What I would suggest if you use it is, don't say, oh, $1 million. You trade what the type of money you're going to have in the market. Okay. But anyway, we have that $750 a year. Trading Pro charting web software, $720. Okay. You want to get your Fibonacci's, you want to put some lines, some squiggles, understand your VWAPs, little thing where you can, doodle. There you go. You see my producer putting in January, the price will be $14.97 minimum. That's true. Okay. So with the charting web software, $720, that total $3,648, not including any of our educational courses and chat room access. Okay. Do you see? Now, it's $11.98. $11.98 to not do something stupid with your money. $11.98 to maybe, understand a sector better, like pot stocks. Maybe $11.98 to dive into options trading and grow a small account to a big account. $11.98 to teach you how to be your own business. $11.98 to wear sweatpants all day, every day, if you so choose. I think that's great. So yeah, guys, and look, guys, I'm, and I'll take it one step further, and you guys know I like to make I like to make bets. I like to make guarantees. All right. For anybody that's on the fence, I say this: join True Trading Group. Okay. Join me, join Mike, join the mods, join our beautiful community. And I'll make you a guarantee that if you go through all the coursework, you put in the time, get TTG certified, you take your tests, you do your one-on-one, and if at the end of that year you are not happy with the money that you've made, if you have, let's just make it even simpler. If you haven't made back the cost of your entry into True Trading Group, I'll give you your money back. All right? Guys, I'm never going to have to give you that money back. I'm telling you that right now. All right? Because you're going to, like everybody else on here, I could bet my life right now that nobody on here that's a member of True Trading Group would be like, it's not worth it. Go, somebody, tell me. I'd love to see it. Guys, if you come into TTG3, you'll see it. But if you want the discount, there's the link. TTG 1220. Come on. What do you think? So now let's get to the fun stuff. And I like the fun stuff, and I like this. Guys, who was here last week for Tesla? not the stock going up. Guys, I got good news. So if you weren't here, we gave away a Tesla last week. The month before, we gave away a Tesla. Oh, no. Well, so here's how we do it. We give away either a Tesla Model 3 or $30,000 cash. The first guy took the cash. Smart. Second guy, I don't know. What did he do? Did he take the cash or take the car? Did you take the cash or the car? I'm guessing you're on here. Cash. Okay. Took the cash. Good job. So yeah, we hold on. I'm not giving away a Kindle tonight. So yeah, guys, so every 300 members we get, we give away a Tesla or 30 grand cash. And then we're actually really close with the lifetime members. So we're going to be giving away a Porsche soon. What? So yeah, so we have a bunch of stuff. So we give back. We also made some donations. We give away laptops on Fridays. Guys, we give away a lot of shit. Let's be honest. All right. It's our way. Think of it as like a dividend. Okay. It's a TTG dividend. We give you guys we've done trading rigs. How many of you guys won like the whole trading rig setup? Or the laptops. I think we give like 5 laptops away every Friday, or a Kindle or whatever. So yeah. So let me see the Tootsie Roll. Oh. So $11.98 gets you the top trading service bundled in 1 year. Guys, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. All right? It really is. You got to come in. You have to. Guys, it's Christmas. All right? Some of you, treat yourself. Invest in yourself. Look, you could do it on your own and think that you could, beat me and beat Mike and beat every other member of TTG in the market. Hey, and maybe one of you can. Maybe one of, I don't know, one of the few on here. I don't think it's going to happen. So join True Trading Group. All right. Well, sorry. But anyway, for those of you and everybody else, yeah, I'll try and give you the rig. I also saw some of you guys talking about Gauge. I'm already in Gauge in the seed round, so I'm going to be selling you my stock. Yeah, guys, yeah, there's no upsells. Guys, the price never changes. Like in the sense that if we do a Trader Palooza or anything like that, we're not going to charge you more. If we add a new feature, like, something that makes you coffee in your house or, naps your kids, it's not going to cost you anything extra. So yeah. Look, if you're, Lance, if you're on the fence about it, you got to come into TTG 3. All right. So yeah. What do you think, Joe? TTG 3? Guys, come in tomorrow. True Trading Group. Spend $3. Do it with us. It'll be fun. You'll learn something, especially in this market. We'll go from there. What could be better than that? So guys, with that, I'm going to bid you farewell and good night. I'm going to watch, let's take a quick look at futures. I think we're going to be green. We'll see. Got to watch that VIX. VIX is still dropping. So yeah, guys. So again, there's the code for the bundle for the service, 1198, usually 2048. And I will see all of you tomorrow. Oh, guys, also, you know, while you're leaving, hit that notification bell and smash that like button. Subscribe. All right. Okay, guys, have a good night, and I will see you later. Bye, all.